So if you miss the days of crowded hobby shop shelves, vintage plastic model kits, and rows of classic Lionel trains, well, you're in the right place. Today we're taking a look at this video from Wild Bill's Hobby Shop in Irving, Texas. Wild Bill's has been around since the 1970s, and I think he just closed recently, roughly around 2021. So, he lasted quite a long time. So anyway, let's take a look.
Well, it's getting close to Christmas. You know when I go. Wild Bill's Hobby Shop has been located on Shady Grove since the 1970s. Lynn Morgan has owned the hobby shop for the past 5 years. The place is loaded with all kinds of entertainment, trains, planes, boats, cars, and everything that goes with them for kids of all ages. What is the age range of the person that comes in?
I would say the biggest segment is going to be in the mid-20s. After that, early 30s, and then teenagers.
What about the expense now of the boats and the planes and the trains?
There's all kinds of hobbies, anything from a few dollars in the plastic models up to several hundreds of dollars in some of the more expensive radio controls. Trains are fairly inexpensive unless you get into collectors type trains, some of the real old and expensive ones. It's more a rarity, more like coin collecting, where how many pieces were made of a certain item and whether or not you can still find them or not. In collector type engines, they're going to be anywhere from the 20s to the hundreds, even up to some of them up to 1,000. But in the average trains, just the average one that most people have in their attic, they're going to be more in the $50 price range.
What's the most expensive engine you've got in here?
The Lionel 773, manufactured in 1950, is worth approximately $1,250.
And that's just for the engine?
Just the engine and coal car.
What would the average age range be for a person who collects trains?
I believe it's around 40 now.
So that would mean they kind of had them as kids, and now they kind of still want to fool around with them.
Yes, there's just not that many new people getting into trains because of all the new things that are available in radio control.
Now, these cars, the racing cars, are those gasoline powered?
Most of what we do is electric. We try to stay away from the gas ones because you end up working on them so much. They break down too often. And as far as speed, there's electric ones that will do almost as fast. They'll run almost as fast as the gas ones will.
What would be a speed?
On the electric ones, probably 15 to 30 range. Now, some of them, if you're going to hop them up, modify them, put the big motors and all in them, they'll do in the 50s, which will seem like hundreds to whoever's driving it.
What would be a price range for the racing cars?
175 to around 400 on the top end, probably.
Are plastic models still popular?
Plastic models are extremely popular. In far as number of pieces that are sold on the average, plastic models would take that category as far as number of pieces. But in dollars, it's not near as many dollars. But that's where there's a lot of people that have hobbies that don't cost them so much, too.
Wild Bill's is really a big kid Santa's workshop where it's easy to relive your childhood.
People come in and say, oh, I used to have one of those when I was a kid, or I always wanted a train set, or I always wanted to fly an airplane or race a car. And they can do this, so much more economically, and it's totally safe instead of racing a real car or boat or something.
Lynn, what's the big difference between toys and hobbies?
Really, I'd say that when you have a hobby item, it's something that you build, put together yourself. You end up with something you can modify, you can change it up, you can take it apart and rebuild it. Something in a toy category, whenever something happens to it, it's usually just discarded, thrown away. You can't get parts or anything for it. Most anything in the hobby industry, there's always modifications, parts that you can buy for it. You can rebuild it, take it apart and readjust it. It's an ongoing type thing, like a train layout, which is never finished. You can always add something else to it. The cars, modifications in different ways, you can change them up. It's more of a modular type system. You can take radios from cars, build a boat and put it in it and run a boat for a while. You can take radios from airplanes and go into helicopters.
So when moms say to their kids the only difference between men and boys are the price of their toys, there is a little difference then.
Yes, there is. There's a lot of difference.